Yeah.
We are nobodies if we are not nothing. But then you have great spiritual figures make statements like Ayam, Atma, Brahman, or Sohum. So, I'm going to come to that Sohum. Is that what they were saying in English? They were saying just so. Is that the way to describe the universe, or did they really say, "I am the universe"? And who is this I that is saying that?
I'll answer that over a few minutes because it's not a very easy question to feel. But let's start with an interesting observation about the Christian religion. I find it a very interesting part of it that when Moses went to meet God, when he climbed Mount Sinai to meet God, he came face to face with God, burning bush. And he asked a very practical question that when I go back down to the valley, the first question people are going to ask me is the name of your God, because it's so important.
I am.
So, what's the name of God? So he asked, what shall I tell them that your name is? And God said, I am that I am. That is a very profound Vedantic answer. Because when it comes to that absolute reality of what you are, you can only say, I am that I am. Because that's the only thing you know about yourself. The one definite, directly experienced knowledge that you have is the fact that you are. Everything else is an add on.
And we named it I.
Yes. So when you are saying I, you're directly pointing to that consciousness that you are. So each of us who says I is pointing to that same one consciousness that we all are. I'm not pointing to
The
Partho,
huge
but the
I.
consciousness of Partho. When you point to Linda, you're not pointing at Linda, you're pointing to the consciousness that is Linda. So behind Linda, that bundle of thoughts and associations is the consciousness. Behind this is that same consciousness. Behind that, the same consciousness. So behind it all is one single consciousness, which is the point of reference of all the eyes in the universe.
So let me take this one step
if
further.
you just allow me a few minutes,
Okay.
because this is a very difficult question to answer. So this is the I that we are all referring to, the very heart of consciousness. I am that I am. Because when you've removed all your identities that you were not, when you've deconstructed yourself, your being completely, what you are left with, as I said a while ago, is pure awareness of being. Now, what is that pure awareness of? It's a pure awareness of being, which you can directly experience right now. The only experience you have with you all the time, wherever you are, awake, asleep, dreaming, that one single direct knowing that you have is that I am. Then I am Linda comes next, secondary. I'm a woman, secondary, tertiary. I'm a teacher, or I'm
Nurse.
a nurse, is further than tertiary perhaps. But the primary is I am. That I am is what is called the bedrock of Vedantic experience. If you don't, as long as you don't come to that, you have not really crossed the threshold of Vedanta. We call it the threshold of Vedanta. When you cross the threshold, theoretical knowledge begins to transform itself into direct experience. So that's the threshold one needs to cross. You come to that bedrock, which is I am. Just the sense of being. And that sense of being might begin with just an atom of experience, for one, just a bit of it. But if you live in that all the time, if you abide in that, that little point grows. It begins to expand on its own. You don't need to do anything about it. That I am, to literally translate from the Sanskrit to the English, I amness. I amness, the ahamata. The I amness grows, expands, expands.